I'd like to see Mr. Timothy Barker, please.
Well, fresh flesh.
I beg your pardon.
I said you're a new girl to this office.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I'm new to the city, too. I just got in this morning. May I see Mr. Barker, please?
Tim's at chow.
Chow? Well, it's after 1. I thought he'd be through with his dinner.
Iowa.
How did you know?
Because executives here go to lunch in the middle of the day. Anywhere between 1 and 4. Name?
Jody Hill.
Age, 21.
Well, that's right.
Well, it had to be. You've been wanting to be a model ever since people first started telling you what you looked like. But they wouldn't let you come to the wicked city till you were 21. Now, let's see. Your address is, either the YWCA or a hotel for women.
It's the Nancy Wilton.
Here, you fill in the weights and measures department while you're roosting in the hen house. Over there. Oh, and, no, it couldn't be. But if it were 40 years ago, you'd have a large hat pin in that reticule. Oh, no.
Anything earth-shaking?
Not a rumble.
What's in the bullpen?
Only the most beautiful girl in the world. I'll send her in while you're still full of food and able to bear it.
Was that Mr. Timothy Barker?
The brain himself.
He looks like Barney Wilkes.
Who?
A boy back home. I used to have an awful crush on him. I was only 14 and he got married. Mr. Barker isn't married, is he?
No. I don't think he's liked what he's seen of the institution. His parents, you know.
Oh, that's too bad. But I don't think it'll make any difference when the right girl comes along.
Look, Cupid, he's waiting to see you.
Oh, what is he like?
Well, he doesn't tell me everything.
Well, he must have a hobby, something he likes to talk about.
Home cooking. Good home cooking. He mentions that very often.
I'm a wonderful cook.
Good. Then boil yourself in, will you, sugar? And we'll all simmer down to a day's work.
Oh, do, Mr. Barker. My name is Jody.
I know. Turn around, please.
That very pretty lady out there said that you...
Anything wrong with your feet?
Why, no. Oh, these are good for walking.
Then give them to a policewoman.
Yes, sir. That lady out there said...
Profile, please.
Said to know that I'm very fond of...
That'll be all. Thank you.
But I came here to be a model.
You are a model. We have your name and address.
Mr. Barker, where I come from, people are friendly. Especially when there's a stranger in town, like me. We like to make them feel at home. Now, I'm a very good cook, and I thought maybe
Yes, you probably like to eat, too. Mm-hmm. Take off a couple of pounds.
A couple of... Oh, everyone said I was fine.
I know. Everybody said you were perfect. Everybody back home told you were beautiful. Well, you are. But New York is full of beautiful models, and only 2 or 3 of them a year ever get into the $1,000-a-week bracket.
$1,000 a week? For standing there?
Well, you think that's all there is to modeling? Just standing there? No. You have to know how to fix your face, fix your hair. You have to be able to wear clothes as though they were created for you by a man who adored you. Then for 15 or 20 seconds, different split seconds each day, you have to appear to be part of a world of enchanted people. But each fraction of a second is separated by a dreary hour of lighting, relighting, changing, standing, and the eroding chafe of half-dozen snarling, neurotic personalities cooped up in a studio. Oh, sure, you have to be beautiful. But that's about as much of the story as having to have clean hands to be a surgeon.
Well, I'm perfectly capable of learning anything that's necessary.
All right, suppose you do. What can you look forward to? 2 or 3 years before you could possibly reach the top, if you ever do. Then, best, a year or 2 of glory and a couple more tapering off. Then comes the day when somebody asks you to pose for a dress line for matrons. Why don't you go back to your cream separator?
I will not.
You never do. So you're a model. You'll hear from us.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. You say you're a stranger, don't know anyone here?
Oh, yes.
Well, then keep this in mind. You see, there are a lot of wealthy men in this town who like to have a pretty girl on their arm as an ornament. Now, you're bound to have a lot of invitations to places where you can see how the other half acts and dresses and, well, since you have a lot to learn in the next 2 or 3 years, by all means, go.
I will, Mr. Barker. And I'll lose 2 pounds. And I'll learn how to stand in a dreary, neurotic studio. But it won't be for all that fabulous amount of money. Oh, no. It'll be to show you that it won't take me any 2 or 3 years to learn how to be a surgeon, and that you should go back to your cream separator, you egological male, you, and instead of telling other people how to be a wealthy man's ornament and have clean hands.
Look, mister, I'm just new here and I don't want to make no mistakes. So from now on, you take the service elevator.
You're doing fine, Sonny. He only owns the building.
Forgive me for presenting myself in this unconventional manner. I'm Horace Jameson, employee for Mr. Charles Crown. In his behalf, I should like to inquire if you're free for the theater this evening. You may be accompanied by any chaperone of your choice. It's simply my employer's pleasure to be seen in public with young women of extraordinary beauty.
I should say not. You say the theater? The other half. I'll go.
Your name and address, please?
Jody Hill. The Nancy Wilton. Oh, and don't worry about a chaperone. I carry my own.
Do you own a mink coat? If not, we'll lend you one.
No, thank you. But you can tell Mr. Crown I'll be very glad to lend him a necktie. Good morning. How do I look?
Like a model.
No, I mean,
I can see. You climbed out of the gunboats.
they are not gunboats. Did you hear anything about me?
My dear girl, I'd hardly have time to check on each individual model this office handles.
Yes, but you read the papers, don't you?
Certainly. I always glance at the papers.
Yes, I can see you do a lot of glancing.
Is that what you came here for? To check on whether or not I check?
I came here to find out if there have been any bids for me. And from what I understand, there have been a few.
Only a couple that I'd let a high-fashion model of mine accept. Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an appointment. Tina will give you all the information.
High fashion? But I thought you said that it would take me at least 2 or 3 years to get there.
I didn't figure on notoriety.
Are you angry with me because I'm getting ahead faster than you predicted?
No, I'm not angry. I'm not even surprised. All you models are alike. You'll do anything for a chance to give your beauty to the world.
But you told me to go out with anyone who could take me to the right places.
So I told you. So you went. So what? Fine. Great. Another date with that Rothschild in bedroom slippers, and I can get you 2 weeks in vaudeville.
Well, what did he... hi.
Could he be jealous?
Why not? He's egological.
It doesn't make sense. Maybe he likes me.
Oh, and that makes sense? Look, let's skip the adolescent romance department, shall we, and get with it? Here, 2 o'clock at Kurt Alandorf's studio. He's a Cappadocian and completely mad, but he's a first-rate commercial photographer. And you'll get a lot of exercise.
Exercise? Please, Mr. Alandorf, I know how to run. I want to learn to model.
little chipmunk. You are ice, but I am fire. I will melt you to steam, and together we will make such music. You carry a spear?
An heirloom. For luck.
I don't see such a thing since I fenced in the Peloponnesus. You don't want a smooch?
No. No, thank you.
Why you don't say so? Very well. Put away that javelin and we resume the pose. We make our music through photographic art.
Hi.
It's you.
Well, don't look at me as if I were a relative.
Well, it's just that Tim said he was going to stop by with the contracts. He said he was going right past here. Look.
Ooh, it's sensational. I don't blame you for being excited about getting moved in. Expecting a guest, huh?
Oh, no, I'm not expecting a guest. I told you I thought Tim was going to stop by.
Oh, and you,
I thought I'd say a girl just telephoned and said she couldn't come. And wouldn't it be a shame to waste such a beautiful dinner? Well, I thought I could at least get him in for a cocktail.
So the soft lights and the music. You really go for it?
Oh, why don't you ask me something silly? If anybody knows how I feel about him, it's you. You've known for months.
Yes, but I thought it was just kid stuff. You know, just a crush. How was I to know it was the real McCoy?
Well, it is. I get so furious with him, Tina. Every time I go into his office, he's short and rude, irritating. I hate him.
Then why do you come to the office?
Because I love him.
Oh, that's logical.
Throw myself at him like a beanbag. He even took this apartment because it's close to him. Sometimes I think he is interested. Even jealous. And then, I just can't figure him out.
Sugar, I told you he doesn't like models.
Well, I can't throw a perfectly good career down the drain just because a man who won't even admit I'm alive doesn't approve of it.
Somebody asked you to?
Well, hardly. Here I am. Everything I've ever wanted. Money and I mustn't eat. Clothes and I'm too tired to wear them.
What's the matter with all the glory?
Glory. Year or two. Tim was right about that.
Ooh, when you admit that, I know you're stuck. Look, you've been dating Charlie Crown and Kurt Alandorf pretty regularly. Don't they mean anything to you?
Oh, I just dated them to stir Tim's interest.
You know, you could be right. Could be Tim is interested. As a matter of fact, he's pleasant to everybody else. And come to think of it, you're just exactly the kind of a girl he should have. Consider I've given my blessing.
Thanks. For whatever good that'll do. You know, I thought if I could just get him here to sit down and relax, talk a little.
You'll get him here.
How?
I'll get him here.
How?
I don't know, but I'll think of something, and don't say how.
When?
Oh, really? Well?
Well, what?
Well, didn't you say it would be a shame to waste such a beautiful dinner? Oh, and before I pigeonhole business, Tim wants to see you first thing in the morning. 135 calories.
Hello.
Sit down. Kurt has an offer that's so important I had to call you in before refusing it.
Refusing it?
I swear to you, they have no teeth.
Go away.
Very well. But don't neglect to tell her they are elderly titles from Staten Island.
Tigers? What is this?
Now, Kurt's going to Paris to photograph a showing, and he wants to use you for the model.
Oh, I'd love to go to Paris.
Yes, but here's the catch. So far, he hasn't been able to sell his people on the idea of using a girl they don't know. So he wants to show them how great you are with some beachwear shots he's doing this week. But the whole collection's styled with jungle motifs. And he's come up with a bun-headed idea of... the bun-headed idea of taking the pictures with wild animals.
Well, if they haven't any teeth, why shouldn't I do it?
Because one swipe of those velvet paws and you lose everything in the world that means anything to you.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. Your beauty. What else do you care anything about? Oh, not just you. Every model that ever came in that door. Their beauty is all they think about. And it's my duty to keep them from doing things that could mean the destruction of it.
You mean that, don't you? You actually believe that that's all I care about? Well, it so happens that there's a man I care about. And what I've been thinking about is a home with him and children.
Fine home you'd have with that crazy mixed-up millionaire.
I don't mean Charles Crown, although he has asked me to be his wife, the 5th. And for your information, Kurt Alandorf has also asked me to be his wife.
That's one way of being sure of a model.
Oh, you would think that, wouldn't you? Well, it so happens that they both told me they wouldn't care what I looked like. No, you couldn't understand that because you've made up that marble you use for a mind. And under that ossified shell of yours, there's nothing but icicles. Well, I prefer animals to icicles any day. So if Kurt Alandorf wants me to pose with Staten Island tigers, I'll pose with them. And if it means the destruction of my velvet claws, that's my business, and you can keep your teeth out of it, and parrots, and all my personal affairs.
Oh, Jody, my little chipmunk. As a jungle princess, you are divine. As a photographer, I am divine. Now, tomorrow morning, we get a real early start, you see. And we cannot shoot tomorrow. You are joking.
No, I'm not joking, Kurt. The doctor just left. It seems I'm allergic to tigers. I'm all broken out and swollen. What do you mean it's most unprofessional? But you told me it wasn't my looks you loved. You said I wasn't some ornament to hang on somebody's Christmas tree.
Oh, hung where you please. I have to lose a whole day shooting.
Hello? Oh, Charles. Yes. Oh, I'd love to go to the theater tonight. Only, I'm a little broken out and blotchy and a little swollen in the face.
That's too bad, kid, but the play isn't worth taking a chance on your health. I'll call you when I get back.
Back? Oh. You're going to El Paso on business. Yes, I understand. I said, I understand, kid.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Tina said you had to have this checked tonight, so I thought...
Funny, isn't it? Well, have yourself a good laugh and throw yourself down the stairs.
Oh, you poor kid. Does it hurt?
No, but it might be catching.
You better lie down.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Get ice packs, hot soup, something, whatever you do for whatever you have.
You're not afraid?
Oh, let's see. Here, call the doctor.
Oh, no, Tim, it's all right. The doctor just left. I'm not sick. I'm just allergic to tigers.
Are you sure you haven't smallpox or something?
Oh, I haven't anything that'll leave a scar, if that's what you're worried about. I'll look just the same as usual in a couple of days if I stay away from tigers.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. As a matter of fact, I can't think of anything easier than staying away from tigers.
You're going?
Well, you're not sick. You don't need attention.
Oh, but I do. I mean, oh, that soup sounded so good.
Yeah, but don't eat too much of it. You looked a little chinny in that Brewster layout.
That's how you think of me, as a property. That's why you were so concerned about how I was feeling. I'd
You mean that...
You know perfectly well what I meant. Don't pretend you didn't. Why do you suppose I came to your office day after day? I already had jobs.
Yeah, but...
Why do you think I took this apartment for right under the corner of your nose?
Well, how did I know where you live? And besides, most models make a play for the guy who gets them the job.
Well, I'm not most models. When I'm in love, I'm in love, even if the idiot I love hates me.
Who hates you? I've been crazy about you ever since the first minute you stepped into my office with those hobnailed boots on.
Not hobnailed. What? Do you know what you said?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, I was. You said you were crazy about me.
When people are angry, they often say things they don't mean. And I'm certainly not going to fall in love with a model.
Oh, I resigned 5 minutes before you arrived. Oh.
See, my mother was a model. The best for a couple of years. But she got so wrapped up in her beauty that, well, it twisted her whole life around. And there were so many men after her that, well, she divorced my father.
And then she found out that all they wanted her for was an ornament. Oh, I learned early.
Yeah, but it was tougher on her. You see, Dad had already married a girl who could cook.
Cook? Oh, wait until you taste my cooking. Roast beef and gravy and mashed potatoes and chocolate cake with frosting.
Darling, you're drooling. Poor Tina, she never could cook. I guess I made her life pretty tough about it.
Tina? In your office?
Yeah? Yeah, she just couldn't stay away from the glamour business. You know, now that she's my receptionist, I see more of her than when when I was a kid.
Tina's your mother?
Yeah, but we don't noise it around. She's still sensitive about her age. But you have to know if you're going to be one of the family.
Oh.
You know, she never seemed to be very fond of other women, but I have a feeling she's going to like you.
Like me? Oh. Hello?
You don't have to tell me how it's going. I can hear you purr. Face gone down any?
You knew? You knew?
Oh, sure. Kurt had already phoned, blowing a fuse about having to get another model.
Why don't you come over for lunch tomorrow?
You see, she used to be the most beautiful girl in the world.
Who?
My mother. I was talking about her
Oh, yeah.
when you answered the telephone. See, I'm only telling you this because I want the two of you to get along, because I see subconsciously she's probably jealous of attractive girls.
Oh, I don't think you would have to worry about our getting along. I still think Tina's the most beautiful girl in the world.